The red carpet, that raucous runway between the rich and famous and the fashionable events they're attending. It's been home to countless memorable moments over the years, so we've trawled the archives for some of the best bits you definitely shouldn't have missed. And what better way to start than breaking down some of the most iconic looks from 30 years of red carpet fashion. We're kicking things off with Zendaya dressed as a robot. The former Disney star rocked a sort of vintage sci-fi suit of armour at the premiere of Dune 2 from French fashion designer Thierry Mugler's 1995 collection. Quite a head-turner on the night. Not for her, obviously. Her movements look pretty limited in this. Next, Teddy Swims took his own name a bit too literally at the 2025 Brits by wearing a coat made entirely out of stuffed toys. The singer later explained his look, saying he gets anxious in crowds and the toys made him feel safe. I think Teddy may have raided my childhood toy cupboard. Sometimes an actor just wants to embody the role they're playing, off the screen as well as on it. You may have only heard Lupita Nyong'o's voice when she played the wild robot, but what we don't see in the film, she more than made up for at the film's premiere.
Can we just take a moment for the bag?
Yes, I think the bag deserves a moment.
Her robo bag and metallic thrills combo left no doubt that she was the actor behind the starring role. Meanwhile, Margot Robbie went full Barbie for the movie's very pink European premiere with a 1960s doll-inspired gown by Vivienne Westwood. Good job she was wearing gloves, as she could have gotten blisters, the amount of merch they made her sign. But one takes the role of beloved toy very seriously, even down to the waving.
The best pose is the classic wave. Been doing a lot of the high Barbie, high Ken wave, so jump in that box and give a little wave.
Sticking with the pink theme, Margot's not the only star to have us falling for fuchsia. Cue Florence Pugh at the 2020 BAFTAs, who took the paparazzi on a thrill ride with her Dries Van Noten Christian Lacroix ensemble. She topped off the look with a platinum pendant from Tiffany's, including an 11-carat pear-shaped diamond. But Florence's frills are nothing compared to Paloma Faith's effort at the 2018 British Fashion Awards. As much of a Barbie princess as Margot with this look, with a classic Paloma twist, of course. Moving on to the most famous fingernails of 2024, Cynthia Erivo's wicked witchy digits held space in hearts and minds throughout the musical movie's press tour and especially at the picture's premiere in London. Cynthia's are probably the only celebrity nails you can see from space.
Well, it's my favourite film of all time, the first Mad Max.
Now imagine starring in a movie franchise that you're such a big fan of, you literally go and make your own merch. That's what Angus Sampson did at the Mad Max Furiosa premiere, and he seems very proud to be showing off his work.
Look at this jacket, mate.
I had it made. I designed it and had it made with... This is the first Mad Max, second Tina from Thunderdome, Aunt Entity.
Back to the BAFTAs, where Zoe Kravitz dazzled in a shimmering floor-length gold custom gown from Saint Laurent, adding a bit of old Hollywood glamour to what was probably a freezing cold English afternoon. Nothing these guys wouldn't be familiar with. Fast forward to the royal premiere of James Bond's No Time to Die, where Princess Catherine outshone many a Hollywood star in a gold sequin gown. And it always helps when you're bringing that big king energy along with you. And is that Queen Elizabeth I? No, it's Joe Lycett, having lost a bet with his aunts that they couldn't get 100,000 followers on Instagram. Never one to be a bad sport, he wore a satellite-sized ruffle as part of his forfeit attending the TV BAFTAs as a 16th century queen. Slay, Joe! Keeping with the royal theme, let's take a look at when Dua Lipa went full Marie Antoinette at the Brits. Her custom Vivienne Westwood couture yellow silk gown with purple fishnet overlay was fit for a queen, on a night where she was crowned Best Female Solo Artist and won the Best British Album. At the Royal Television Society Awards, it was another king who was paid homage to.
Elvis is in the building.
Elvis is here, baby. Let's go. I've got my burger, I've got my bacon, I'm ready for a good time.
Drag Race UK winner Kyron Thrax took their performance as Elvis from the show and ramped it up to a whole new level with this bold look.
On Drag Race I played Elvis, but then I was like, I want to make an elevated version, and I had this in my head, so I went to an amazing designer. I've got all the details are incredible, I've got sizzling on the back.
Stop it!
Yeah, it's gorgeous, it's gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it, I'm so obsessed with it.
Over to Emma Corrin, who was the latest in a line of famous faces to free the nipple, wearing a see-through dress at the London premiere of horror reboot Nosferatu. Big respect for taking the plunge in the middle of December. I'd have been freezing. And at the very same premiere, Lily Rose Depp took the Gothic theme and ran with it, wearing an inspired Chanel ensemble from their 2020 couture collection. The dress featured plenty of classic 19th century elements in keeping with the movie's early Victorian setting. Of course, other looks were more extreme still, and it's Kyron Thrax again slaying another look. 2024 Eurovision winner Nemo certainly wouldn't have looked out of place though. At the Attitude Awards, they rocked a bat-adjacent inflatable dress which could have taken your eye out.
Okay, so I'm wearing a beautiful dress and an inflatable top by Harry, a designer I've been collaborating with a lot. I love his designs, I love what he stands for, so it's always a great match.
Good luck for whoever's sitting behind you tonight.
One of the most eye-catching red carpet style accessories is the baby bump. Here's Jessie J back at the Brits in 2023.
I was going to ask what's next. It feels like a foolish question.
Well, hopefully not birth anytime soon, because no one wants to see that tonight.
And in 2021, not one but two members of Little Mix showed off their babies-to-be as they became the first girl band to win the Best British Group Award.
Speaking of Rowdy, how are you going to celebrate?
Oh, well, vicariously through Jane. Oh, and I hope she gets stupidly drunk this year.
I'm going to celebrate with junk food.
Ooh, oh, yeah, junk food. I'm going to celebrate by taking off my heels. How about
that'd be
that?
great. Yeah.
Funnily enough, Leanne was pregnant with twins at the time, so there's actually as many babies as singers in this shot. Finally, we're throwing it back 30 years when movie premieres were a lot like they are now, but a bit more demure and understated. Unless you're Liz Hurley, of course, who was looking fierce with Hugh Grant at the Four Weddings red carpet. She wasn't even in the movie, but still stole all the headlines back in 1994 thanks to that iconic black Versace dress. So there you have it, more than 3 decades of red carpet looks. I hope we've given you some wardrobe inspo. See you for the next one.